Hi, I'm Chad Davis with McKenzie Taxidermy Supply. Today I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce you to the latest, most exciting innovation in whitetail deer eyes, the new McKenzie Joe Meter Eye with patent pending liquid lens technology. Today we're going to be joining Joe in his Iowa studio, where he's going to walk us through the development and features of this exciting new eye. For over 30 years, Joe has been involved in the taxidermy industry, judging competitions, teaching whitetail taxidermy, and running a full-time studio. Also during that time, he's maintained a research facility where he raises whitetail deer. This lifetime of study and experience has earned Joe a reputation as an industry expert in whitetail anatomy and taxidermy. Now let's join Joe in his studio.
Through my some odd 40 years of teaching students and working in the taxidermy industry, along with judging many shows, one of the problems I still see is setting eyes. First of all, we have to choose an eye that has proper anatomical shape so that we can fit our eyelids properly so that we get that live deer look. The next problem is actually setting the eye properly. This is what we're going to try to accomplish in this short video. This is the new McKenzie Joe Meter Eye. It's a compound eye that's actually comes from a cast from an actual deer. A tremendous amount of research and development has gone into this particular eye. It has some features which I'm very excited about. It's got crystal clear glass. It has a very 3D effect, which is a result of a lot of new technology that has gone into this eye. Notice how it gathers light. This is what I see when I'm in my deer pen. In developing this eye, we took advantage of some of the knowledge of one of the world's leading ophthalmologists at the University of Iowa. They helped in solving some of the detail problems of how you present an artificial eye into a specimen and make it look live. The technology used nowadays is quite an advancement and is going to allow us to get an actual 3D effect, the clarity, the depth, something that I always felt was lacking in the eyes that were on the market. This eye has been taken to the next level. The coloration, the ability of the eye to gather light, and the crystal-like clarity of it really gives one the feeling that you're looking at a live deer. Let's talk about the shape of the eye. As you can see from the actual eye of a deer, it's elliptical shaped, the back being more pointed, the front of the eye flatter. Note the new McKenzie Joe Meter Eye, the elliptical back, the flatness of the front. It's very important to identify what the front and the back of the eye are. It is also a compound eye. The lens of the eye has a different curvature than the bulbous part. Note the similarity in the curvature. This eye has actually been cast from an actual specimen of a deer. This new eye comes in two colors, a lighter phase, which I would call a medium, and then a darker phase. There is a certain amount of variation in deer's eyes, so you'll have to choose the one that suits you the best. I prefer the lighter eye myself. We're going to go ahead and set the eye into the mannequin. What I do is I put a little bit of clay in the back side of the eye with just a slight bit of excess. That allows me to push it into the form and wiggle it back and forth until it's stuck to ensure that it doesn't fall out. I want to level the pupil, and when I look at it from the front, I want the pupil to be ever so slightly higher to the front edge. In other words, a little bit of a slant, a slight bit of a slant. Secondly, where this little arrow is, which is about 5/8 of an inch up from the lacrimal crease, when looking straight into the deer's eye, if I want this deer to look straight ahead, then I do not want to see any white in the eye there. So as you can see, this deer, no white in the front, this deer is going to look straight ahead. We'll go ahead and clay the eye in. Note the small quantity of clay used to model the eye, no larger than dime size. First, we're going to fill the notch at the bottom of the eye. Just pack clay in there and cut it clean. Same thing on the top. Fill the front, around the top edge. Make sure it's set in solidly. And normally you can feather about 3 lines of clay across the top. And then just smooth it up to the form. With a little bit of water on the tip of a finger, we can get a nice smooth presentation. Get our shape. Smooth our clay with a brush. And normally I like to add just a small roll of clay to the bottom of the eye to replace the oil glands that were removed from the skin. And we can indent our brow slightly, kind of give us an indication of where the skin's going to lay. And we just clean up the eye and we're done. But you can even see with just this eye set in clay, you can see the light refraction, how it's gathering light, how you see the detail within the eye. That's the depth that we're looking for. That's that crystal lens development that McKenzie has come up with. I simply told them what I saw in a live deer. It was up to them to reproduce it.